So in this video, we'll be looking at backgrounds and setting backgrounds. So what we'll do is we'll just set a background, change the gradient a bit so that you can see how it works. So here in this screen right now, all I have, as you can see here, is just one row with some text inside it. Nothing very special. But let's add a background to this. So let's just right click here, wrap widget. Of course, you could just click on this part here and add a container from here, but let's again do here. So right click on the row, wrap widget with a container. Perfect, we have a container. Only thing is, as you can see, the container doesn't take the whole space of the app, it just takes the top. So let's change that. So you go down here and you click here and click here, and then it takes the full space of your screen. Perfect. So now let's add an image. So we go down to the bottom here, background image, click here. You have three different types: network, so that means if you add a link; asset, that's if you get it from either Flutterflow or from your computer; and then this is if you link it to your database. Right now I'm going to get it from my computer, so I click on asset, and then I click here. I already have a background image. I click there, open it. Takes a little bit of time, and then boom, we have a background image. Perfect. So this already looks great, but I would like the top here to be a bit whiter so I can see my hello world a little bit better. Okay, so to do this, I'll need to add an extra layer. So this is the first layer here, or the first container with a background, and then I'll add an extra layer of a bit of white where the white changes to the image. So I take my row here, I right click again and wrap the widget, and I add another container. So as we can see now here, we have the first one where we have the image, the first container, the first layer, and you have a second layer, second container, where we don't have any image or nothing yet on it. So let's add some gradient. So we click here and boom, as we can see, we've fully put some colors in here so we can't even see anything below. But here we can see that it transitions from the primary to the secondary color slowly. We want to do the same thing but with white and then to transparent. So let's choose here, let's choose a primary background here, white. Perfect, so we start with white, and then the secondary we want it to be totally transparent. I'll still make it white here and then bring it transparent. Perfect. So now we can already see some white here. It goes completely from white to completely transparent. But we're not super convinced because the quality here is there's still some whitening going on here. So maybe we want to make this a bit more clear. And so as you can see from the left hand side here, 0 is the very top of your screen and 1 is the very bottom. Maybe we don't want it to finish at 1. We want to maybe finish it at 0.5. So we can just change this to 0.5. And then as you can see now, the image quality is way nicer as it goes from the half all the way to the top. But maybe we want to go even further and go, okay, you know what? I really want this part to be much more white. So instead of it finishing at the top here, we want it to finish maybe somewhere here. So let's change this to 0.2, and there we go. So now you can see this is white, and then it transitions quite quickly into image, and then it's full on the image from the start. So that's it for backgrounds.